If you're considering retiring to the St. George area, there's going to be a couple things that you want to know and have to know before you end up doing that. Whether you're coming from Salt Lake, you're coming from another major city nearby, or maybe you're coming from across the country, there are some very important factors that are going to help you in your decision. Some of these are going to be pros, some of these are going to be cons, and we're going to talk about all of them here today. So make sure to watch through this video all the way till the end, and let's jump into it. What's going on, you guys? My name is Cody Steck, your favorite Utah realtor. If you're thinking about buying or selling real estate here in Utah, please reach out to me. My information will be here on the screen. I've helped dozens of people relocate here to the state. In fact, we're probably coming up on over 100 families who we've helped relocate or buy a second home or invest in real estate here in Utah. And I would love to hear from you as well. I love when you guys reach out and cannot wait to hear from you. I want to be your trusted real estate resource when it comes to Utah real estate. My team and I service the entire state, so we'd love to hear from you. All right, so with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about some of these things that you have to know about before you retire to the St. George area. Number one on our list is going to be, what type of community are you really looking for? There are going to be, of course, a lot of 55 plus neighborhoods in the St. George area, but you don't necessarily have to end up in one of those. If you want to be in an area that has a little bit more space, a little bit more variety, a little bit, of a wider demographic, you can definitely do that. You are going to compromise a little bit on just the type of environment and culture and the people around, that you have around you, but maybe that's what you're actually looking for, right? So if you're thinking about making that move there, you want to retire in the area, get really clear on what type of culture and environment you're looking for. Maybe going to a 55 plus neighborhood like Sun River is going to be what you're looking for. You're going to be around other retirees. There's going to be other people in the community who are like-minded. They're in a similar stage of life. And, you could probably strike a conversation and meet a couple friends while you're there. Maybe on the flip side, you're looking for a neighborhood that's full of families, right? Where maybe your grandkids can come and visit. They can play. They'll have friends in the neighborhood. They can go out and do fun stuff at the park or the pool and have a good time, right? So just kind of figure out what type of community you're really looking for. Next up on our list is going to be the weather. If you're considering retirement here in St. George, you've probably already considered this area because of the weather, right? You probably heard somewhere that the weather here is great. It's not quite as hot as Las Vegas or Phoenix, and it's not quite as cold as anything further north, such as like Salt Lake or San Francisco or some of these other cities that are a little bit further north and get a little bit colder. So you can find some really good weather here in St. George in the winters. It's going to be pretty mild. You might get some low, temperatures in the low 30s overnight. It very rarely snows, and even if it does, that snow is not going to stick around. It's going to melt off the very next day. And you're looking at temperatures in the 40s, maybe even the low 50s in the winter. So even if you're there during the winter, it can still be extremely warm. And if you go into the spring or the fall, weather is very, very nice. Even in the summer, it's very nice. Yes, it does get very hot. Again, not quite as hot as like Vegas or Phoenix or anything else that's on that southern end in that surrounding area, but it is going to get very hot for the months of probably like the second half of June through July, August, and probably the first half of September. It's going to be quite hot. So that's something you have to be prepared for, but usually that's the time where you're going to go and travel anyway. You're going to go north, you're going to go to Salt Lake, you're going to go to Yellowstone, you're going to go to Montana, Wyoming, Idaho, whatever it might be, to escape some of that hotter weather. So you can really kind of follow the weather, but overall, I'd say probably 9 out of the 12 months in St. George, the weather is very, very manageable and something that a lot of people really enjoy. The third thing on our list is going to be tourism and just the overall economy here in St. George. As I already mentioned, if you're thinking about retiring here to St. George, you're not alone. There's a lot of people who do end up retiring here, or they've got second homes here and are going to live here part-time. If you're in that position where you're considering getting a second home here in the area, or maybe you want to retire permanently, you do have to realize that there are going to be a lot of tourists in the area and a lot of people who don't live here full-time. Again, that might be a benefit for you because you'll find other people who are in that same similar situation, or possibly it could be a thing where, maybe it's not a benefit to you because you want to have neighbors who are stable. You want to have people who are around all the time, who are not coming and going on a consistent basis. So that's something you have to really consider, is keep in mind that there is going to be tourism in the area. There's going to be a lot of people coming and going, and people from out of town who are coming to explore the national parks or just to explore the Red Rocks. And that's something that you have to get used to because you do definitely notice it on a day-to-day basis. The other thing that I do want to mention is that you can get away and get a lot of privacy in the area as well. If you're looking to have a quiet area where you can get privacy, you can go out to areas like Ivins or maybe out by Sand Hollow or even up to Hurricane or Laverkin and still get an area that is very private, very quiet, and you can still get that nice peace of mind that you might have in some of those other small town areas. So if you really want an area where you can get privacy, you can get out and get away and get some quiet, there are areas like that, and it's very easy to do so. Even if you want to get out on a hike and have some alone time where it's quiet, you can do that within about 10 to 15 minutes. In my opinion, St. George is one of the best areas in the entire country right now. If you want to get more information about St. George, make sure to subscribe to the channel. There's about 75% of the people who watch these videos that are not subscribed to the channel. And if you want to get updated on future videos, make sure to do that. It would really help me out. It helps me continue to make these videos, to know that I'm making the videos that people want to hear about and continue to watch. So make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And keep in mind that St. George, like I said, is one of the best areas. It's the perfect spot to be. If there's cold weather coming through, you can just jot down to Las Vegas or to Mesquite, maybe over to Phoenix, Arizona, Scottsdale, and have a really nice time getting away from that cold weather. Or once the heat starts rolling in, you can head north. You can go to Salt Lake. You can go to Boise. You can head north just a couple of hours and get out of that extreme heat. It's only going to be maybe 5 or 10 degrees difference, but that 5 or 10 degrees can really add up when it gets to those extreme temperatures. So with that being said, guys, whether you're looking for a 55 plus area or you want to be in a family area or whatever it is that you might be looking for, if you think about buying or selling real estate here in Utah, I want to be your trusted real estate resource of choice. Please reach out to me. Email me, Cody@fastutahhomes.com. It'll be here on the screen. I love hearing from you guys. I've had hundreds of people reach out to me. And in fact, I've helped over 100 people make that move here to Utah. And I absolutely love it. Cannot wait to hear from you on your own journey and how I can help you. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next one.